hell, it's gone. Shit like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah.
What's up, Easy Work Squad? Back once again with another video, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the content, share this video, and definitely if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. So, is Ezekiel Elliott more valuable than Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys? I think so. I think the Dallas Cowboys need to start looking for a new quarterback. And here's why I say this, man. The last 3 seasons, 2 out of the last 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott has led the Cowboys in rushing and has led the league in rushing 2 out of the last 3 years. Think about that. With the great offensive line that they got, Ezekiel Elliott led the league in rushing. So why hasn't Dak Prescott, if he's such a great quarterback, why hasn't he led them to the NFC Championship game? Why aren't they able to get over the hump and get to the Super Bowl and actually win a Super Bowl? It's not Ezekiel Elliott's fault. They went and got Amari Cooper last year. They traded for Amari Cooper last year, gave Dak Prescott a weapon to throw to. Still couldn't beat the LA Rams in a divisional round. Think about this, y'all. Dak Prescott in the divisional round versus the Rams, he completed 20 passes for 32 attempts and threw for 266 yards and only threw 1 touchdown the entire game. Ezekiel Elliott, 20 rushing attempts and rushed for 47 yards and got a touchdown. So think about that, man. The LA Rams defense, they went and stacked the box against Ezekiel Elliott and took away the run, and they forced Dak Prescott to beat them with his arm, and he couldn't do it. 1 touchdown, 266 yards. The LA Rams put 8 in the box to shut down Ezekiel Elliott because they know he's the best player on the offensive side of the ball. If you take Ezekiel Elliott away and you force Dak Prescott to beat you with his arm, the defense knows he can't beat you throwing the ball. Dallas, their bread and butter is rushing the football. So y'all know what's finna happen right now, right? Ezekiel Elliott is planning on holding out a training camp until he gets a new contract because he knows the offense goes through him. The offense goes through him. You know what else? Dak Prescott is expecting a big contract next season. So he may be holding out next season for a new contract. And the Cowboys are going to be forced to decide who are they going to pay. To me, you pay Ezekiel Elliott because you know what he's going to give you. You know what he's going to give you. The defenses are going to put 8 in the box and force Dak Prescott to make the throws, and he's proven time and time again that he cannot make the throws and not be consistent enough to get the ball in the end zone and score touchdowns in crucial spots. I don't want to hear any Dallas Cowboys fans coming in my comments trying to defend Dak Prescott. Y'all know who the best offensive player on that team is. Number 1, Ezekiel Elliott. Number 2, Amari Cooper. And they just added Jason Witten. Jason Witten just came out of retirement to give Dak Prescott another weapon. And Dak Prescott cannot get it done, man. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm going to try to tank this season. I'm going to try to see if I can get my hands on Trevor Lawrence if he's eligible to enter the draft after this season. I would be looking at the Clemson quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I would be trying to tank. I would pay Ezekiel Elliott his money, and then I would be trying to tank. I would try to trade Dak Prescott. He's not a Super Bowl caliber player, man. He's not going to get you to the next level in terms of championships. He's not a Troy Aikman. He's not a Tony Romo. He's not that caliber of player. Even though Tony Romo couldn't get you to the championship and win you a Super Bowl, he could make all the throws on the field. He just had a turnover issue. He threw a lot of turnovers. As talented as he was, he had a turnover problem. But when you really think about either Ezekiel Elliott or Dak Prescott, think about the LA Rams game last season in the playoffs. The LA Rams versus the Dallas Cowboys. Think about that. And what they did. Who did they take away? Who did they take away? Who did that defense take away? They took away Ezekiel Elliott because he was really the only threat. And they won the game. The LA Rams won the game 30-22. They shut down the Cowboys. The Cowboys scored 7 points in the first half. In the first half, they shut them down, bro. Dak Prescott couldn't do nothing, bro. If the Dallas Cowboys pay Dak Prescott and make him the franchise QB of the future, the Dallas Cowboys will be making a huge mistake by not paying Ezekiel Elliott his money. They'll be making a huge mistake. Why in the hell would you keep Dak Prescott on your squad when he can't even make the throws? You're going to lose every damn season. He can't make the consistent throws down the field to put you in a winning spot in the playoffs. He's proven 2-3 years in a row he can't do it. As a rookie, he couldn't do it. His second year, he couldn't do it. His third year, he couldn't do it. So what in the hell make you think he can do it this year? Especially, you're going to sacrifice paying Ezekiel Elliott in the hopes that Dak Prescott comes around and is able to turn into a franchise QB of the future when you got a young Trevor Lawrence from Clemson that you could tank for? You can go get Trevor Lawrence, the QB out of Clemson, bro, who can make all the throws, who's clutch. Now, let's not get it twisted. Is Dak Prescott, is he a good quarterback? Yes, he's a good quarterback. But if you're telling me you're going to take away his best option, which is the rushing game, which is handing the ball to Zeke, because that opens up his throwing ability to get the ball out and to make the right proper reads in the throws, because defenses are worried about Ezekiel Elliott. But if the defense sitting there saying, okay, Dak, you make the throws, you make it, we're going to take Ezekiel Elliott away, you beat us with your arm. If a defense is forcing you, is disrespecting your quarterback, and the quarterback still can't win games with the ball in his hand and his rushing attack taken away, that already shows you he's not a franchise quarterback. That's like the 49ers when they had Alex Smith. If you took away Frank Gore and that rushing attack, which was very hard to do, and you forced Alex Smith to make throws, which was very hard for teams to do at that period of time with Jim Harbaugh coaching that team because the defense was so good. But if you force Alex Smith to make throws and you took away his rushing game, same thing with Russell Wilson. If you took away Marshawn Lynch, which was very hard to do, if you took away that rushing attack for Seattle on offense, Russell Wilson can't beat you with his arm consistently. He can make a couple throws here and there, some spectacular throws, but consistently, he can't win a game on his arm. Those type of quarterbacks need rushing attacks to be successful in the league. That's not a franchise quarterback that you pay millions of dollars. Russell Wilson doesn't deserve millions of dollars because that defense of Seattle, same thing with Alex Smith when he was on the 49ers. He didn't deserve max money. He didn't deserve a huge contract. He didn't. Those defenses carried him. That rushing attack carried them. These guys aren't franchise quarterbacks. The real franchise quarterbacks are guys like Drew Brees, are guys like Tom Brady, are guys like Aaron Rodgers. Special quarterbacks, Andrew Luck, who can make all the throws, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. Those are the type of franchise quarterbacks who can make all the throws, who can win games on their arm. If you take away something, if you take away their rushing game, they can still win playoff games and regular season games just with their arm. They don't need a rushing attack. Guys that need a rushing attack to open it up for them to be able to make throws and all this shit aren't franchise quarterbacks and don't need to be getting paid max money, all these big contracts to depend on a rushing game to be able to make throws. You should be able to sit in the pocket, make the right adjustments, make the right reads, throw in the tight windows, make all the throws on the field if you want to be a franchise QB. Dak Prescott is not a franchise QB. But Ezekiel Elliott, he's a franchise running back. He's definitely a franchise running back. He's definitely a franchise running back, and they need to pay that man. Dallas Cowboys, man, y'all better pay Ezekiel Elliott, man. If y'all end up paying Dak Prescott to be average, that's what the whole team will be, average. Y'all need a tank. Y'all need to pay Ezekiel Elliott, pay Amari Cooper next year, because he due for a big deal, and then get your franchise quarterback in the draft, Trevor Lawrence. That's what they need to do. Or try to bring Tony Romo out of retirement. Because Tony Romo, I'm going to tell y'all this. When Tony Romo got healthy, Dak Prescott's rookie year, they should have put Tony Romo ass back in the starting lineup and benched Dak Prescott. They should have put Tony back. Because they would have got a lot farther with Tony in the game. With Tony playing in the playoffs. Not Dak. And even Jerry knew it. But the people around Jerry told him, nah, let's just ride the wave of Dak. He's our future. We don't want to crush his confidence. No, they should have did that. Jerry Jones knew. I'm riding with Tony. But he listened to the people around him. They would have had a championship possibly. They had the number one running back in the league. Still do. I think Ezekiel Elliott's the best running back. And they had the best offensive line. And they led the league in rushing. And then you add Tony Romo with Dez Bryant, Cole Beasley, who was playing out of his mind that year in the slot. And you still had Jason Witten at the time. Come on, man. You try to go for it with Tony. You don't try to go for it in the playoffs with a rookie? Come on, man. Dak Prescott is not the franchise QB, and we've seen that for these past 3 years. He's not the franchise. He's not the future. Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, those guys are the future. So you already got your offensive line set. You got your running back set. You got your wide receiver set. Your wide receiver. Now all you got to do is get the right quarterback in there. And what better to go after Trevor Lawrence from Clemson? I would tank. Pay Amari Cooper, pay Ezekiel Elliott, and tank for Trevor Lawrence if he's eligible to be drafted next season. That's my thoughts, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think down below in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the content, man. We finna be talking this football, man. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new. Easy Work Squad, man. I'm gone.